Skills tearing my black ass up. Alright, we are back here. We got a coil to put in. We was here maybe 2 weeks ago. New customer been having refrigerant issues, having a 6-month leak. So every season, refrigerant needs to be added. I added some refrigerant. Added 2 or 3 pounds like 2 weeks ago, just to get the cooling up. And then the coil just came in today. I was surprised it came this fast. Yeah, we're gonna get this coil done. Probably take about 2-3 hours. And I don't like these Trane coils, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. We're gonna do what we need to do. So let's get the system pumped down. We're outside, about to start the pump down procedure. So pretty much what a pump down is, the system is running, is pushing refrigerant out the unit, out the outside unit, through this line into the house, and it's returning back with this line back into the system. This goes through a loop. So we shut this liquid line, which stops the refrigerant from coming out while the system is running, and at the same time it sucks all the refrigerant, majority of the time it'll suck all the refrigerant back into the outdoor condenser, and then we'll shut this valve, and then it locks all your existing refrigerant into the system, and then it makes it safe for us to cut the pipes and do what we need to do on the inside. And since this filter dryer is on the outside line and not in here, I have to change it because this line is going to be exposed to the atmosphere. So I have to change that, which I will do. So let's get this pumped down so we can get this coil changed. Alright, I got the liquid line, the red hose closed, and as you can see, the blue hose number is going down to 0. And then this is going down as well because all the refrigerant is sucking in. Sometimes it will trip the safety switches. See, they tripped, saying low pressure. And then you just got to hold in the contactor to get it all in there, or you can recover all that if you want to. But I'm gonna hold in the contactor so I ain't gotta waste no refrigerant. That's good enough for me. Right there and there, nothing. Now we shut the other valve. After you get it pumped down, the next step is to purge the line set. Essentially what you're doing is you're going to follow the natural flow of the refrigerant. So I took the shredder valve out the suction line. I got my red hose hooked up, and I got my regulator set to purge. So what it's doing is flowing nitrogen through the system and allowing it to escape on here because I got the shredder valve out. And it gets all the refrigerant vapor out the line, so you don't get hit with that hydrofluoric acid when you start to braze. So you want to do this for like a minute or two, just so you know, depending on the size of your line set, just to get it flowing. And after you do pump it down, make sure you kill the power too. Put a disconnect. But yeah, we're going to purge this and then we're ready to move inside. Alright, so we successfully got the system purged out. Now it's time to disassemble everything. Like I said earlier, Trane, you have to put their coils together. So you'll see it looks completely different from the coil that's going to come out the box. You got to take all the plastic stuff off and attach it to the new coil. So let's get this cover taken off. Alright, this is what we're looking like. We got a downflow coil, downflow unit. You take the doors off. Door 1, heat kit door, 3rd door. And then you got to be careful with these little seals here. You know, Trane like to charge for everything, and everything has a part number. So be careful when you're tearing stuff up, or you will be stuck. Alright, so you can see the braze joints. I'm going to unsweat this, so we don't cut no copper and have to add no copper. And then I'm going to unsweat it here and take this off. I got the cooling gel and all that good stuff. And then we got to put this coil together. So we got to cut the drain, get all this out, get all these plastic pieces off, get this TXV out because this is going to be reinstalled, and then pull it out, rinse and repeat. Typically with the leak sealant, with these upside down coils, the leaks are always on the bottom, like this one's over here, and it usually does the job, but we've been to too many leaks on this one. We trying to get it done. All right, we got everything detached. I just decided to cut it, the copper cutters, to save on fuel. So I cut it past the sweat joint of the original coil, so you know 100% you got enough copper, and then you ain't never lacking on the 3/8. You know, you can always make that work. So we got that going. So drains is connected, so this whole thing should come out in one piece, like that. All right, we got it completely gutted. This is the inside of the unit. As you can see, everything's plastic when it comes to Trane. There's no insulation anywhere, so they're easier to clean. So you can wipe it out. You know, so Clorox rocks, wipes, and all that good stuff. You know, just get it clean. Well, this one looks pretty good. And the reason why is because this is actually inside the conditioned space. So this unit doesn't have the heat of the attic causing any excessive humidity. You know, there's 140 degrees in the attic, 55 degrees inside this unit. This whole unit would be coated in mold, and so you'll have to wipe it out. But since this coil is in the same temperature as the house, it's not going to sweat and have excessive humidity inside of it, which is why this one looks so good. So you got like a little bit on the back right there. But all in all, this is one of the cleaner ones that I've seen, which is good. Let's work. Now, this is the old coil. If you're new to the game, you'll think that they sent you the wrong coil. But in reality, they didn't. You just got to put it together. So I think Trane is the only coil that you got to put together. So you got to put the pan on it, and then you got to put these little, whatever these things is, but they're plastic. You got to be careful with them. That's your drain connections. Remember, this coil is upside down. And then you just do it one at a time. You take the TXV off, and then you put it on over here as well. And you gotta be careful manipulating the aluminum tubing. You see how this one look and how that one look. You gotta get TXV up in there. So you gotta do your thing. All right, making some progress getting it back together. Comes with pretty much everything you need. Look at the, I don't know if the camera's gonna show it, but this came part of a new coil. It has a screen in it. Y'all see that? That's a future restriction right there. Now look at this new one. So nice and shiny. That's why you want to change this. Don't reuse it, or you'll be back in a few months doing the same thing all over again. It could be hit or miss with these coils, especially between the brands. But when you put on a TXV, make sure there's no shredder inside of there. If you look inside the hole, it's just a hole. There ain't no depressor in there. So if you hook it up with you hook it up with a shredder valve in there, you know, your pressure is gonna be all crazy. You're gonna have to pump the system down and do it all over again. So look at it, look at the old one, and then look at the new one. Take your time. Don't be rushing. Especially if you get paid by the hour, you better run it up. But that's what it is. Look at it. So all we gotta do now is just put the plastic pieces back on, slide the coil back in, solder it. We're back in the game. And all the components are successfully transferred over. Nothing broke, which is good. Even that thing didn't break, which is good. Alright, so we just gotta slide this bad boy back in and we're good to go. Alright, I'm ready to start brazing. I am flowing nitrogen. I got some wet rag on the TXV. And I ain't really worried about that one. And yeah, let's get it brazing. Alright, put it in. Looks good. Let's go hit this nitrogen. Still got the nitrogen flowing. Alright, we got the new filter dryer in. That's the old one. Flowed nitrogen the whole time. Just got it under pressure. Hit tightness test. We're going to hit everything with a soap. And then once it's holds and we can verify no leaks, we're going to put it on vacuum, put everything together. I know people are going to say the filter dryer needs to go inside the house, but you're not going to check it inside the house. You're supposed to check these things, the temperature difference across it. And I don't know a lot of people who's going to go inside the house or go up into the attic just to check the filter dryer. This unit is a 2017 system. This filter dryer has been outside since 2017 and it looked good. So it ain't, that's up to y'all if y'all want to put this inside or not. Me, I like to put it somewhere where it's going to be accessible and checked. This is good for 8 years.